What's up guys, it's EP01 here and welcome to my first video on this channel, but also my very first series on this channel. And as you can see here, it will be an F1 2014 Career Mode Season series. And what I'm going to do with this series is, I'm basically challenging myself to finish a full Career Mode season, and I have to drive every single track without racing line, because I've never really managed to do so. And as you see on my screen, I will be driving for Toro Rosso this season. I really hope you guys liked the video. Just leave your feedback in the comment section. What do you want to see in future on my channel? What can I do better? Leave your feedback of this video. And I hope you like it. And if you liked it, leave a like. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Without any further chit chat, let's just go to our first race, Albert Park, Australia. Alright guys, welcome to sunny Australia, Albert Park. While the pit crew is getting our car set, we are getting in for our first practice session. Let's load up our first setup and get some laps done. I've already made the setup before. I will show you that setup right before the race starts. Of course, you guys can use that setup in your own races if you want to. Anyway, just let's get out on track, get some laps done and do some practice. I did some practice before on this track, on a time trial, but I must face it, I'm still not professional driving without lines, which can be seen in this lap, the first lap. We drove a 1:35. And for Albert Park that's not a good time, so I definitely had to improve that time. And immediately on the second lap we made a huge improvement, we achieved that improvement. And it was at least 3 seconds, we made a 1:32. But I still wasn't comfortable with that time, so I went into the pit lane to see which was my weakest sector. Finally in lap 12 we got a good racing line, good pace and got every braking zone good. I managed to improve my 1:32.2 time to a 1:31.7 time. And that, guys, was a time I could live with.
Place in practice. Well done. Great work.
After all, I managed to get a 4th time in the practice session, so I was ready for the qualification round. Here we are at our first qualification round in Albert Park, Australia. My strategy was to put on the option tires and get on track as fast as possible to at least achieve our goal, qualify 16th. Driving behind Grosjean here to put in our first time of the day, having a little bit of understeer in corner 15 and a bad exit at corner 16 cost us a lot of time, putting in a 1:33.7, not good at all. We have to improve that time. After I got past Grosjean in the 4th corner, I believe, just to not lose any time, I got hauled up by 2 loads cars, got past Kobayashi easily. Now Ericsson on the outside, got the job done. Nice move, but I got a penalty for that. I'm not sure what I did. It says cause collision. In my opinion, it was a good move. Didn't really... It's not on the replay. I don't think I hit him. And if I did, nothing really happened. But obviously the race directors think otherwise and they gave me a 10th place penalty. Oh, this is not good, guys. I have to at least qualify 6th place to at least achieve that goal to qualify 16. Later on in the qualification session I was back on track to give my last shot at reaching Q2. I had about 3 minutes to at least reach Q2, and believe me, this lap was so intense for me. I was pushing so hard, got a good exit on the first corner here, and you know what, guys, just look for yourself if I can make it.
like you've picked up some debris on the tyres. You'll lose some grip until it wears off.
Yeah, engineer, that little bit of debris is probably the last thing I'm worried about right now. With that crash, guys, for me it's qualification over. There was no time left. Went back in the pit, repaired my car, but there was no time left for me to get back on track and put in another time. So I qualified 19th place, but with that 10 grid place penalty I have to start all the way in the back. This is definitely not promising for the race, guys. Let's just head to the race and just give it our best shot. As promised, here's the setup I'm running with in the race. Feel free to use it in your own race if you want to. I must say I didn't make the setup myself because I'm still no pro in making my own setups. I found on a website. I still hope to learn making my own setups. And this is the race strategy I'm driving with. Starting on options, switching to prime tires in lap 6. With that said, let's head on to the race. Our first Grand Prix of the season, Australian Grand Prix, Albert Park, Sebastian Vettel in pole position, our teammate Vern in 13th position, and we are all the way in the back. Just waiting for the start of our first race of the season, and boy, I'm excited about this. 4 red lights, 5 red lights now, and off we go. Pretty decent start, could be better. Almost past Ericsson. Heading for our first corner here, diving up the inside, getting behind Maldonado. Maldonado holding us up, falling back in 22nd position, getting Maldonado on the inside. So we are in 21st position right now, getting to turn 3, heading up the inside, almost get a touch by Sutil here. Gaining a lot of position here, we are in 15 now. Grosjean is next, diving up the outside of Grosjean, touching Vern on the wheel. And we are in 14th position. Well, let's just try to turn that 14th position into 13th position, catching Vern and taking over that position. And I think after that bad qualification session I got off to a decent start here. And boy, do those starts remind me of my old F1 gaming days. I believe it was F1 2010 where I began with rushing into the first corner, crashing all the cars out, thinking you were a good driver, but you're not, obviously. And I must say I'm proud to be here at Albert Park, Australia, driving without racing lines at all, trying catching our teammate Vern, heading into the 13th corner I believe here. Losing the back end a little bit, recover the car to stay on the track and not crash into the barriers. I must say I do think I'm still no pro in this game, so if you guys do have some tips for me, tricks or some feedback, just let me know in the comment section so I can get better in this game and learn everything. So we're now into lap 2 of this race, getting our engine a little bit too hot there and braking way too early for the chicane. Grosjean gets up the inside, taking over our 14th position. We're now in 15. He goes in defense. We go around the outside and take back the 14th position to start racing for the 13th position again. Here we are back at the fast left-right chicane. Behind Vern, trying to dive up the inside, but Vern doesn't let a chance there and we have to back out of it. Still in 14th position, but at least Vern knows we are there, pushing for the 13th position. We're now on to lap 4, getting good exit out of turn 1 into the DRS zone. Can we get the move done here? Diving up the inside of Vern, and yes we do. We get position 13, one position above the goal we set for this race, position 14. We're now on to lap 6, going in for our first and only pit stop, changing our option tires to prime tires. I wasn't really able to push for the 12th position because my tires were worn out. Let's see if we can just get a good pit stop time here. it will be at 3.7. We will rejoin on the track at position 16, right in front of Grosjean here. Well, Grosjean was actually behind us in the pit lanes. He didn't jump us in the pit lane there. For now, with the fresher tires on the car, I think we have to maintain pace and just get ourselves over the finish into the 13th position. As we exit the last corner of the 14th lap here, we come up for the last lap of the race for today. And we are still in 13th position. We actually lapped Ericsson behind us, and Fern was catching us by a second a lap, so we really couldn't afford any mistakes, because that would mean we got into 14th position. As we come to the 9th corner of the track here, Fern still closing in. We hit the grass there, blocking up the tires a little bit into the gravel and back on track, but Ericsson tries to overtake us but got a blue flag there because we lapped Ericsson, and Fern can easily lap Ericsson there, so he doesn't get hold up by Ericsson, and he's really close on our backs right now, so we have to defend the 13th position till the end of the race. And that, guys, was exactly the mistake I was talking about I couldn't make, because that will mean we get in danger in finishing 14th instead of 13th position. And of course it is just one position, there are no points, but it's our teammate, and I just want to finish ahead of our teammate. And here we are exiting the last corner of this race, with Fern really close to our back. Can he overtake us before the finish? No, he can't. We make it. We finish into 13th position, and after a bad qualification session, starting from 22nd position, finishing in 13, I think we did a great job. I thank you guys for watching my very first YouTube video on this channel. If you liked that, hit that like button. If you want to see more in the future, subscribe to my channel and leave your feedback in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. By the way, guys, I'm Dutch, so I'm sorry for my bad English sometimes. It may cause a little bit of trouble. I'll do my best, and I hope you guys appreciate that. And of course, I hope to see you guys in episode 2.